Welcome to Complete with DLC's New Year's Rockin' Eve, the only show that's not on anyone's top 10 list. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Griffin, and sitting across from me is the New Year's baby, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
Not bad, but I'm actually a Christmas baby.
Really?
No.
Oh man, that would have been weird.
No, my birthday's in September, so.
2015 is coming to a close.
It is.
We're on the eve of the new year. That Christmas special feels like it was just 30 seconds ago that we recorded it, but clearly it wasn't. This has been a whole week.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
We definitely recorded this right now. Right as you're listening to it. We're actually recording it. It's live.
Yes.
Yeah. How you been?
Not bad. I'm on like Cloud 9 right now. It's awesome.
You're a Cloud Nizzle Niner?
Yes. I don't mean the esports team. I wish I was on a Cloud 9 team, but it's awesome. My first semester of college is over, and I seem to have done pretty well in that. I got a few different casting auditions lined up, so I'm doing a bunch of voice recording for that.
Whoa.
I'm practicing some voice acting for some things I'm looking at. I think at this point my neighbors think I have split personality disorder because I talk very loud when I'm doing this to make sure I have good audio quality. I'm not getting any echoes, but my neighbors are just hearing me talking to myself. So
yeah, I feel like my mom's thinking the same thing because I've been kind of doing that too. Like I've been waiting till I'm getting my new mic.
Yeah.
So that way I can have better quality than that. Not to say that the Snowball we're using now is terrible.
No, it's a good mic.
It's a good mic. But I feel like it's good for if you're just doing that YouTube kind of thing.
Yeah.
That audio doesn't need to be perfect on. But for something like voice acting
or podcasting,
you need something that's better quality. So we only been using this because
it's what we have.
It's what we have, and we just kind of wanted to start out doing this. And some people seem to not care because somebody's listening to this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I live in an apartment building, and when I was leaving today to walk over here to record the show, I ran into a lot of college kids in my apartment building, in my apartment complex.
Like living by themselves or with parents?
Both.
Right.
So there's this blonde that I've seen a couple times. I've exchanged hellos.
Is she cute?
Yeah, yes, but
what's her name?
I have no idea, but I think she thinks I'm insane.
Okay.
Because ever since I started doing this, working with my voice, she's starting to give me strange looks. So she lives pretty close. She's like a couple apartments down.
Right.
And the walls are not very thick. Like I can hear people. I'm on the top floor. I can hear people on the bottom.
You hear people going at it?
I'm not listening, thank God. But I'm sure if I tried, I could probably hear it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm starting to get strange looks from my neighbors, so I might have to figure out a soundproof studio situation.
You can buy that soundproof foam.
Yeah, I'll have to get some particle board and make a makeshift studio.
I wouldn't mind getting that.
Would make
soundproof this room or soundproof a studio or something?
Yeah, well, this room would be impossible to soundproof. So
it's way too big. Plus, there's these open doors and windows.
Yeah, we'd have to.
The windows are what really screw it up.
Yeah,
I think. At least I might be wrong with that.
I need to do it because my room has a weird metallic ting to it. So if I echo, it echoes back at me with like a metallic ding. It's really, really weird.
If anybody listening to the show knows anything about making a studio, email us. We're looking into it.
Yeah, we're in the process of locating a set and straightening all that out. So.
Yeah, and figuring out what we're going to do.
Big things are coming in the new year.
Oh, yeah. 2015 will be the year of DLC. I don't know if anyone on the...
I think you mean 2016.
2016 will be the year of DLC.
Let's say, if that was our year sucked.
If anyone follows us on Twitter, I got a little cheeky the other night when I released the episode 10. When I released it at midnight because I finished it up early. And then I was like, hope there's no other big midnight plans tonight. Oh, and then I hashtagged it with the DLC Awakens. So get ready for more DLC-based puns in 2016.
Yes, it's what we pride ourselves on.
But we actually, unlike the last show, we have something we want to talk about here today.
Yes, we actually have a goal.
We have a goal in this 2015 wrap-up and special.
A resolution, if you will.
A resolution, which is to tell you... some things we liked, some things we loved, some things we liked that could have been better.
Yes.
Some things that were disappointing or just flat out terrible. And some things that we're looking forward to in the coming year.
Yes, so we're going to give you the Spark Notes version of 2015.
Right.
If anybody went up to you and said, hey, listen, I know the year was good, and if I had the time, I would read the whole year.
Right.
But can you just give me the Spark Notes version?
Exactly.
We're doing that for you. We got you.
So, Brad, I want you to start off, right?
All right.
We're gonna start off with our top 5 of 2015. But start off with your honorable mentions first, because that would be the best way to do it.
So my criteria for the honorable mentions was it didn't make the top 5 because A, I didn't play it enough to feel like I really had an understanding of the game. B, I don't own the game, but I played it. Mm-hmm. Or C, I just don't think it was good enough to make the top 5. That's my criteria for the honorable mentions. So the top of the honorable mentions list for me is Rare Replay.
Right.
Because I am huge into nostalgia, and that series of games has brought so much nostalgia to me that it's awesome. But I don't actually own the game, so I've only been able to play a couple of the titles on.
Plus, you've probably already played.
I've played most of the titles, but actually, by the time this show comes out, I will probably own Rare Replay. So
I almost bought Rare Replay one time.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna get it today. I mean today, as of the date of this recording, not when the date.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yes. We're recording this on New Year's Eve, definitely.
Yeah.
Not December 20, whatever this is.
Definitely not December 22nd.
Yes. So yeah, top of the list is Rare Replay. Below that, I have Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Liked that game a lot. Technically not a 2015 game, but I'll allow it.
Well, there's a DLC that came out in 2015, and it was Afterbirth. And Rebirth was the remake of The Binding of Isaac, which came out.
That's why I'll allow it.
Came out on July 23rd.
I said I'll allow it.
I'm doing.
I don't know why you're trying to fight me here. You're going to not allow it?
Yes, I want you to. I want an argument.
Strike it from the record.
So yeah, Binding of Isaac Rebirth. It's one of those games where back in when I had 2 monitors, it feels so long ago, but it's one of those games I could pop up on the main monitor while listening to a podcast or listening to a movie or whatever I was doing, and really it didn't distract me. It was a great pastime game, and I loved it. Below that, I have Rocket League. Now, Rocket League, it's my honorable mention because, one, I suck at it. I feel like if I was better at the game, it probably would have made top 5. But I'm horrible at the game, and by default, I hate it. But no, it's a really, really good game. It's entertaining. My brother is much better than I, and it annoys the hell out of me, so I have to get better at it.
It's a fantastic game.
It is really, really fun. Below that, I have Star Wars Battlefront as an honorable mention. Because from what I've played of it, it was fun, but it was underwhelming, I feel. Like, it was entertaining. It's one of those mindless shooter games where it's like, hey, I have a couple hours, I don't have to do anything. Well, let me just sit down and play some Battlefront.
It's the Titanfall of 2015.
Yes, except it's much better, because I had Titanfall, and my god, that game's not great.
I like Titanfall.
It's fun for a bit.
I feel like Call of Duty Black Ops 3 did everything Titanfall did better.
Yes, because Titanfall relied heavily on that gimmick of the wall running and the Titans, but that got old pretty quickly, and the game had nothing else to offer.
But the wall running was great.
Yes, the wall running was really fun. So yes, Star Wars Battlefront I have below that, and below Star Wars Battlefront, released on March 10th. Do you know what game this is?
I didn't need a release date. Whoa, wait a minute. No, that's not what I think it is. That came out in May.
Hotline Miami 2.
Holy crap, I forgot to put that on the honorable mentions list.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get back into the honorable mentions.
Yes, so Hotline Miami 2, it was a great game. I loved the first one. The second one was just as good, if not better. But I don't feel like I played it enough. It doesn't have that replayability for me. Like, for a top 5, I need to be able to go back to that game and play and play and play.
The first one is very replayable,
yes,
I think.
There's a ton of stuff to get in. Like, all those maps you have to unlock.
I think the problem, my main problem, and I'll get into more about this when we play, is the maps are too big in Hotline Miami 2.
Yes, they are really, really big.
Yes.
Like, in Hotline Miami 1, they could mostly fit on your screen, for the most part. You didn't have to do too much off-screen walking. Yeah. But in Hotline Miami 2, you were, like, traversing the world.
Yeah, it was like an open-world RPG.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Hotline Miami 2 was definitely on my honorable mentions list. It was really fun. The story I always thought was really, really cool.
It's cool, but it's nonsense.
It's odd.
Same thing with the first one.
Yep.
Like, definitely. I think I feel like the game really like excels on its visuals and its music.
Yeah. It really catches the vibe it was going for. Yeah. So, I'm going to leave this up to you, Jacob. Do you want me to go into the games I found disappointing or my top 5 next?
Why don't you go to your top 5?
Top 5 next? Alright, so
I feel like I structured this wrong. I should have went with the games that disappointed you first, then going on then top 5.
That's what I was going for. That's what I thought you were going to go with, but you surprised me. You pulled a fast one on me.
You do your top 5, I'll do my top 5, then we'll do disappointments.
Okay. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up.
That's, most of the time that's how top 5 lists work.
I mean, some people like to start with the best, right? Put your best foot forward kind of thing.
Yeah, but
I'm not one of those people.
Let's not ruin the surprise.
I mean, exactly.
I think I already know what your number 1 is, but...
You'd be surprised. So, at the bottom of the list, number 5, I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist.
Get out of this room right now.
Surprise, right?
Yes.
You weren't expecting that.
No, I wasn't.
Now, like I said earlier with Rare Replay, nostalgia is huge for me. And this game,
so
honestly...
your nostalgia goggles are on.
Yes. Honestly, I don't care about anything in that game past the original set of characters.
Right.
But just, that original series that you can play through, you can keep playing through it again and again. It was awesome, and I loved it.
Is it like Yugi, Joey?
Yugi, Joey, Tristan, Mai, Valentine. The whole...
Kaiba. What, is it Kaiba?
Yeah, it's Kaiba.
Oh, okay.
Seto Kaiba.
I forgot if Kaiba was that or Dragon Ball.
No, you got Pegasus in there. It goes through the whole series, all the episodes. It's awesome.
It's got Exodius.
It does have Exodia, yes.
Exodia,
yes. Honestly, I love the game, and I still go back to it. I was looking for a fix for Yu-Gi-Oh! Without having to buy all the cards again. And
they have online dueling communities.
They do, and I do that occasionally with
I do that with Pokemon a lot. They have another. It's basically just like an online version of the game Pokemon.
My brothers and I occasionally do a little dueling tournament.
I like to do the randomizer though on it. I like to have a random set of Pokemon every time. Sometimes I get really screwed over, but
yeah, it's fun that way. But yeah, so number 5 was definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Love that game.
It's time to duel.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to do
what if the game would have been number 1 if it put in my favorite sound clip from that show, which was Joey, who in the middle of the Paradox Brothers duel yelled "Kunai with chain."
Jeez, man, you were so close.
That's why I leaned back when I did it. I'm like, I don't want to spike the audio, but I did it.
You spiked it out, but
yeah, well.
I remember, this is just a quick little aside about Yu-Gi-Oh! I bought the starter decks, obviously, because I was a kid, and I bought the Joey deck. That was probably the worst thing I could have done.
Yeah, Joey was not a fantastic...
I only bought Joey's deck because I liked Joey.
Yeah. I was one of those, perfectionist guys. I had to make every deck. So I had all of the main cast, the characters with all the cards in the deck, and I had them in order, and I loved it.
I almost bought the Yugi starter deck, because that's the cheap way to go, though.
Yeah.
If you want just all the best cards, you buy the Yugi starter deck.
Yes. I actually prefer playing with Mai's deck. Her Harpies are really, really fun. A lot of synergy in that deck, and I love it.
But screw that now, because of Konami.
Yes.
You know what? Get that off you. Strike it from the record.
Shame on you, Konami. Shame on you. So, number 4, I have Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
You just all this anime.
Yeah,
I like the Dragon Ball games. I'm not a huge Dragon Ball guy, but I like the games.
Yeah, so Dragon Ball Xenoverse, if you haven't played it, is essentially where the timeline gets screwed up and the main character, the hero, gets thrown in by Shenron, which is the wishing dragon in that series.
I know.
I know you know, but maybe our listeners don't know.
Maybe they don't. Why are you whispering?
Because, I don't know.
Most of my information comes from Dragon Ball Evolution, the movie, but...
Oh, why?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, Jesus.
Actually, you know what?
That's like saying the only, Avatar you've seen is the live-action movie. But, yeah, it's, if you liked you've seen the live-action movie, haven't you?
I've only seen book 1, and I've seen the live-action movie.
Oh my god, why? Go back and watch that. I have a chart I'll give to you, and it has a whole list of shows you can watch.
Oh yeah, I have a chart too. It's a whole list of movies that you can watch.
Okay, we'll exchange charts after the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. If you liked the Budokai Tenkaichi games on PlayStation, I believe it was 2.
I did enjoy those.
Yes, then you'll love Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
What about my favorite one? Is it Raging Blast?
Raging Blast?
Or Raging Blast 2? That was the one I played the most.
Was that on?
It was on 360.
I thought it was. Was that on PlayStation 3? I think it was on PlayStation.
It was probably on both.
Yeah, because I remember playing it on PlayStation.
I played it on 360 though.
Yes, so I loved that game, and you get to make your own race of your own person in one of the races of the Dragon Ball universe.
So basically, you just made a Saiyan because that's what everyone.
No, I made a Boo.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, which they let you do because
figured everyone would have just went Saiyan.
Yeah, they have the Saiyans, they have the Namekians, they have you can be a Boo. Which is odd because Boo isn't actually a race. He's a unique entity, but whatever. Now, number 3, I'm sure you were expecting this one, is Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So not
actually, I didn't expect it as high as it is.
Yeah, it's number 3. Just because it's one of those games where if I have a couple hours and I don't really have anything to do, a couple hours to go, I'll sit down and play some Fallout. It's one of those games where
it's a nice backup game.
Yeah, it's one.
That's how I played Fallout 3 as well.
Yeah, it definitely. Now that I'm like, for me, it was really slow to start. Like, I wasn't into it at all. My dad is actually really into it. He's like level 50 at this point. But, yeah, I'm sitting at like 29, but...
I think I just hit a wall with that game, and I did this with a lot of games where, like, I play it for so much.
It burnt out?
It burnt out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up going back to it someday, but I burnt out on it when I played it.
Yeah, so Fallout 4, I mean, I don't need to say anything about this game.
Yeah,
you guys all
everybody
know
knows
about Fallout 4. And now, number 2, this one you were probably expecting at number 1, but it's Witcher 3.
Oh, man.
Witcher 3 is my number 2 game of 2015, and it's...
I was so confused at what's number 1.
Yeah, so I think if I had played the previous Witcher games and I knew more about the series before going in, Witcher 3 would have been number 1. But the fact that I have about 20 or 30 hours into Witcher 3, and then I felt the need to go back to Witcher 2. Then I got back to Witcher 1. So it put me on this whole journey.
Right.
So I feel like if I had played the other games previously, it would have been number 1. But Witcher 3 is a fantastic game. If you're looking for an RPG, that is definitely the one you're going to want to go to. Now, number 1. Now, it's...
Can we get a drum roll? Alright, we don't need to hit the table. That's going to... with the mic.
Yeah, it's fine. So you use your stomach?
Yeah, it's better. Whatever.
Now, technically this is a 2015 release, but it was playable before that. Oh. So, number 1 game of 2015 is Heroes of the Storm.
Get out of here.
Yes. I
didn't even think of that.
It was released on June 2nd, but it was in beta for like a year before that. So, technically...
Yeah, beta doesn't count.
Yeah,
it counts whenever the game was released.
Technically a 2015
So
release.
next year we can have Ark on the list if we really wanted to.
Yes. So, honestly, it's probably the game I've played the most of in 2015, with the exception of Hearthstone. And, like, I keep going back to it again and again. And I finally hit rank 1, so I've kind of achieved that goal I was aiming for. And I've always loved MOBAs, but I've fallen out of love with League of Legends. I've never really played Dota. Smite was okay, but it was kind of just a game for me. So Heroes really filled that gap, and it was honestly, I loved it. It was awesome, and I still play it. And I'll be playing it for a very long time to come. So that is my top 5 list for 2015. I think I can fairly say I surprised you at least 3 times.
Yeah, you did. That was really surprising. That was a very surprising list. My list seems very not surprising in comparison now.
I feel like I can guess most of the games on your list. Maybe not the order, but I think I can guess the games.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go. Here's my top 5.
Starting with the honorable mentions?
Starting with the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Starting off with Rocket League.
Yes.
I don't think I've played a game more this year than Rocket League. But I couldn't, in all good conscience, put it in my top 5 for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. It's because I feel like that game has a lot of depth to it. Like, it's a fun team-based game. It's a fun multiplayer game. But it doesn't have tons of depth.
Yeah, it's definitely doing the same thing again and again.
Yeah, and that's maybe why I can't put it in my top 10, but really enjoyed it. And it's a very fun game. Hotline Miami 2, wrong number, which I had to put in because I completely forgot about it, that it was this year. Great game. Really worked on some of the problems of Hotline Miami 1. Added new problems of its own, like 2 bigger maps. A lot of that game is me looking ahead with sort of like the extended viewer thing.
Yep.
And figuring out that way. Best on Vita, like Hotline Miami 1. So, for me and the 5 Vita owners out there.
I only played it on PC, so I cannot attest to that.
But Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number is a great game. If you had asked me in the beginning of the year what I thought would be in my top 5, I would have said Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number would have been at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, just going... I had a Wikipedia list open of 2015 games.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did too.
Yeah.
When I was looking through, I was thinking
there are so many games that I don't even think of as 2015 releases because they seem so long ago.
Yeah, because they came out at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And you just...
When someone says, alright, top 5 of 2015, I go, oh, okay, what happened in the last 3 months?
Yeah. Guitar Hero Live.
Alright.
Here's the thing. Going into this music revival, I was so sure that Guitar Hero Live was going to be a piece of crap. And that I was never going to want to touch it. It looked weird. It was live action video. The guitar was different. Was not into it. I was like, Rock Band all the way. Then the set list for Rock Band came out. The prices for Rock Band came out. And I was like, alright, maybe we'll set Rock Band back. Black Friday came around. I played Guitar Hero at a demo unit. It was fun. Black Friday came around. It was on sale for the regular price of a game. Then I got the guitar and everything, so I was like, I'm going for it. I'm going to get Guitar Hero. That's literally the definition of, like, what was the Yu-Gi-Oh game. I just come back to that from time to time, like when I just want something.
Yeah.
I go into Guitar Hero TV where it just has random playlists of music where it'll be like top pop hits or rock classics. Just play through them. Like whatever random song it brings to me, kind of like a Pandora sort of playlist.
Yeah, just kind of throw it at you.
Yeah. And it's so fun. Sometimes I like to perfect the songs that are in live. Like I'm so close to getting 100% on Katy Perry's Waking Up in Vegas and Gold on the Ceiling. By the Black Keys. It annoys me. Every time I play it, I always mess up on one note though, like towards the end. Like I'll literally be like 99, I guarantee the last note I'll miss it.
It's always the worst when you fail at the end, because you did all that work and then it's ruined. If you fail
if I fail in the beginning, I can just restart the song.
Yeah, it's like, alright, whatever.
But no. So, move on from that. Mad Max.
Okay.
Fun open world game. Didn't get to play a lot of it because of my problems with
your save issues.
My save issues. That's probably why it's not in my top 5. Maybe if I played it more, I could have more of a say on whether it would be in the top 5 or not. I'm gonna go back to it eventually. I really didn't want to. I was so burned out at that moment that I just really didn't want to go back to it. So, Mad Max. It's fun though. I recommend it for people. Scream Ride. This is one of my biggest surprises of 2015. I looked at this game and I was like, this game is stupid. It's dumb. It's just trying to be Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes.
But the thing is with that, we don't have Roller Coaster Tycoon anymore. We haven't had a good one in a long time.
Yeah.
The new one that's coming out apparently isn't very good, like because it's early access. So I was just kind of in that. I was jonesing for that fix of a
roller coaster simulation game.
Yeah, even though this one I feel like pertains more to the way people play roller coaster games, which is they just want to make death traps.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
they know their target audience.
Yeah, that Scream Ride is literally perfect for that. And so it's the kind of thing where I just go into I bought it on sale for like $10 on Xbox, and dropped the hat.
My recording hat has gone haywire.
Yes. I play it for a little bit. I make these crazy death trap coasters, and then I just walk away from it. Come back to it at random times when I'm bored. You know? Yeah. It's that kind of game.
Which are the best kinds of games, in my opinion.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Alright,
it's Call of Duty again.
Yeah.
It does different things. It's a fun game.
But it's
Call of Duty is every year. It's Call of Duty. So it's not in my top 5, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe one day when it's radically different, it will make it in my top 5. When there's a modern warfare sort of thing, where it just changes everything.
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront. Fun game. Light on content. I feel like if it just had more stuff at launch, it could be a great game, maybe even in my top 5.
I mean, it's already down to $40, so that'll probably...
It's very shallow. It's a very shallow game. It's fun. And then here's one that's going to surprise you in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
It was actually in the top 5 until I remembered one game. And I'll explain what that is when I get to the top 5. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Nope, I expected that in honorable mentions. I was not expecting that in your top 5.
It was in my top 5 until I remembered a certain game in here.
Okay.
And you'll know what it is when I come to it, because I'll tell you. Great game, like you said. Never played the other two, so I didn't really have any kind of connection to this world.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the problem with me. Geralt's a great hero. There's great battles in it.
Yes.
It's fun. It's good. You've heard everyone say this. It won Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
You get it. You've seen this game. Yes. You know. We're going to get into the top 5 now. Here's the big stuff. Here's the big heavy hitters. So number 5, Batman Arkham Knight.
Alright, that's one I got right so far.
God damn it. Batman Arkham Knight is just sort of the culmination of everything that Rocksteady's been working towards in this.
Yeah.
Where they got the gameplay down pretty much from the beginning, but they really perfected it in Arkham City. They got the world down in Arkham City, and they've just made it better in this. They've always had fantastic performance from the beginning. Shout out to Mark Hamill. Fantastic in it. Overall, just a great game. The reason why it's at number 5 is those tank battles are pretty terrible.
A lot of launch problems, too.
A lot of launch problems with the PC version. I didn't have any on guy played on PS4.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know what to say, but it's Batman.
Yeah, it's if you played a Batman game, then...
It's just that, but on a bigger, better scale.
Yes.
Number 4, and this is the game that I replaced The Witcher 3 with.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
That's 2. Ooh, maybe I'll go 5 for 5 here.
Oh man, I really hope you don't go 5 for 5. I feel like you're gonna go 3 for 5 at least on the next one because you're gonna be like, it wasn't in his honorable mentions and he's been talking about it all year.
Yeah, I feel like I know at least 2 more of them.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is a fantastic game. It's a culmination of everything Hideo... Everything's been a culmination so far. It's what Hideo Kojima, I feel like, has been wanting to do with Metal Gear from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Where he's probably had these grandiose ideas from the beginning that he just like couldn't do with the hardware we had. And finally, the hardware's gotten to the point where he can actually do what he wants to do.
Yes, he's always been a dreamer, and now his dreams have been achieved.
Exactly.
At least in that franchise. Some shakeups of Konami, all that. We've heard the story. Yes. The
story is coming out of it. Other than that, fantastic game. It's one of the few games that when I lost my save, I got back to where I was. I finished it.
And that says a lot about a game. Is when you lose progress, it's one of the easiest things to just drop the game and never go back. Yeah. But if a game pulls you back in...
Metal Gear pulled me back in. And even, the hardest part was probably getting through the intro, because it's 45 minutes, and, you have to crawl for most of it. And it's so long. But it's so good. And Metal Gear Solid 5 is just... it's insane. Yep. It's an insane game. The cinematography in that game is just...
the whole game looks very, very pretty.
Gorgeous. Number 3... Until Dawn.
Yes.
Are you 3 for...
I'm 3 for 3, and I think I know the last... Okay, so, hold on. Alright, so I know the last 2 then. I think I got this 5 for 5. Because there are 2 that I know should have been on that list, so they must be 1 and 2.
Until Dawn is an amazing... It kind of outdoes everything that Telltale and Quantic Dream, the people who make Heavy Rain, and they made that Beyond Two Souls game.
Yeah.
It kind of outdoes everything that they try to do with this sort of thing. And fixes a lot of problems with those games, technically, and the game looks gorgeous. It's probably PS4's best looking game, because the people just look so real. There's still some of that Uncanny Valley stuff in their faces and mouths.
Yeah.
I mean, their eyes and their mouths, because the problem with motion capture is the eyes always look dead.
Yeah.
And, it just always kind of ruins the immersion for me, but the story's good. It kind of, much like many horror movies, it falls apart in the third act. But I would be upset had I not mentioned it in some sort of capacity. And then when I really got to thinking about my list, I was like, no, that's in the top 5. That's a fantastic game. Best story of the year, I think.
Yeah, that could definitely be argued. Alright, so... Alright, I think I know what number... Oh yeah, I think I got this.
Number 2. You want to take a guess?
I'm guessing probably Fallout 4.
Son of a bitch.
Yes!
Fallout 4. It's Fallout 4, you know what it is. Good game. I got burnt out on it because I played it so much that you could argue that clearly shows that I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Any game you're willing to sink your life into for a week.
Has some dudes suing Bethesda because he lost his wife and his job over his addiction to Fallout 4.
This has been done a dozen times before. People have tried suing World of Warcraft for that. People have tried... there was some guy who, I think it was in World of Warcraft, or it might have been another MMO, who, got, liver or, kidney damage.
Some dude died playing WoW.
Yeah, because he was playing for so long. And, no, you didn't get it from WoW because you drank 1,700 energy drinks trying to stay awake to keep playing.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it happens.
But it's Fallout 4. Yeah, you've all played it. You've all at least seen it.
It's a pretty good game.
Pretty good game. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Was it at number 2 on both of ours?
No, mine was number 3.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So, number 1, I know what it is. There's no way it's not what I think it is.
Number 1, can I get a drum roll on your chest or something? The Continuing Adventures of Rico Rodriguez.
Yes, I was right.
Just Cause 3.
5 for 5.
And while, some people can say, oh, it's not a great game, it's got technical issues, all around.
So did every game on all of our lists.
It's very shallow. That's just a game for fun.
It's a Just Cause game, right?
The story is ridiculous.
You open up on a plane shooting RPG.
Exactly. And that was exactly the moment that game opened with that. I was like, well, this is my game of the year. Like, and then the game doesn't let up like the... I don't think a game has had a better wingsuit. I don't think a game has had better parachuting to like where you can actually do stuff with it. It's functional.
Unlike GTA 5.
Unlike GTA 5's parachuting and shooting, which is awful. Like, it's nice that it's an option there, but it's not good. Like, like with Just Cause, it's functional. Destroying things is fun. Actually, getting upgrades feels good. Except for the fact you have to do challenges. If you didn't have to do that, it'd be better, but, you know, whatever. They fixed every problem with Just Cause 2. Not that there was a lot in my heart, but they fixed every problem that I had. The driving isn't ass anymore.
Yeah, because driving was awful.
Oh man, remember how bad it was in 2?
Yeah.
But that's because...
It's like driving in Saints Row.
Driving in Saints Row was better. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
But now this game is kind of... It's not up to GTA quality, but it's in the middle of the GTA Saints Row thing. It's better than Saints Row, but it's not as good as GTA's open world driving.
I think GTA is probably the best driving I've ever seen in a game that outside of racing simulations.
Yeah, exactly. Outside of racing games, it's got the best driving, I think, of like open world or any game where driving is a thing. The explosions are glorious. That game is the best looking fire I've ever seen. The voice acting is terrible, but it's great because it's terrible.
Yeah. Fallout 4 had terrible voice acting too, so it's a common denominator in our list.
But Fallout 4 has better, at least has some good voice performances in it.
Few and far between.
100% of the voice performances in Just Cause 3 are awful,
yes.
But they are awfully amazing. There's so many little Easter eggs in that game. There's a pogo stick. It's the kind of game where you can be playing for hours and still not find everything.
Yeah.
And I've been playing it steadily since December 1st. And it's 22 days. I literally play it like pretty much every day. Besides that last week where I didn't play any video games, I play it pretty much every day.
Yeah. If that hadn't been your top one, I would have been surprised.
I had some shuffling around the list. Like, at first I had Fallout at number 1. And then I really thought about it and I was like, no. In my heart, I know Just Cause 3 is my game of the year.
Can I tell you something? I am incredibly happy with myself that I was able to guess 5 for 5. Like I'm
honestly shocked that you got Until Dawn.
Well, because I remember...
Then in my head, I was like, well, he knows it wasn't an honorable mentions, and he knows it's going to be somewhere on that list.
Like, I'm like, okay, he didn't mention Until Dawn, and he talked about it a lot on the podcast, so like, I know he likes the game.
Yeah.
And as soon as I didn't hear Metal Gear on honorable mentions, and I didn't hear, what was... Your fifth one was,
Batman.
I'm like, so those aren't honorable mentions either, so I'm like, okay, I know all 5 then. I'm like, I know Just Cause is number 1, I know Fallout's number 2, so those two are easy.
Yeah. I had Witcher 3 in there, and then when I went to go double check on the list for honorable mentions and everything, I saw Metal Gear, and I was like, that's right, Metal Gear. I played a lot of Metal Gear this year.
I'm better at guessing your top 5 than I am at our own damn game show.
Yeah. The weird thing is...
Did we make that our new game show where I just have to guess things?
Your top 5 was so...
obscure?
Yeah, it was like things that I would not have expected.
Yeah, I was trying to go for that. I'm like, well, because I didn't play a lot of the mainstream titles this year. Like,
yeah.
I played some of Metal Gear Solid 5, but I didn't play enough to feel like I could put it in top 5. I didn't play any Batman, because I'm not a huge fan of the Batman games.
Really?
No, I'm not huge on them. Like, I think they're fun. It's the same thing with the Assassin's Creed series. Like, I know they're good games for the most part. But
right, you always have to put that asterisk in there.
Yeah, but like I just never got drawn into them.
Right,
but I mean,
I was drawn into it from the beginning because like I've said, Batman's always been my favorite superhero, so I was kind of destined to love it anyway.
Yeah. But
the gameplay and the fact that it was pretty much just a continuation of the animated series, that made it like
just all that much better.
Just top for me, and I was so scared that when going into this game that I was like, maybe this is going to be missing something because Mark Hamill's not going to be in it because, for all intents and purposes, we all thought the Joker wasn't going to be in it at all.
Yeah.
And then he came in, and it was fantastic. But yeah, Just Cause took it.
Yeah.
If anyone's surprised...
No.
You shouldn't be.
Nobody's surprised.
I
mean, I feel like 2015 has been a pretty good year for video games.
Pretty good year, yeah. But... let's get into some of the crap of 2015. Yeah. Let's get into some of the worst games that we played or disappointed us or whatever. Do you want to start with that?
Yeah, sure. This was actually the hardest part for me. Like, I had a hard time finding games that I was truly disappointed.
Yeah, I only have like 3 games.
I only have 2. Mm-hmm. So the first one, I talked about this one earlier on the podcast. This was a while ago. Is Numa Breath of Life.
Right.
Which was that first-person puzzle game.
Yeah. And I don't know if that came out this year, but
February 27th.
Okay. All right. You double checked.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
But yeah. I wasn't disappointed in like any of the gameplay mechanics. I thought it was really, really cool with how they made your vision the main interaction. I thought that was awesome.
Right.
But going in, it was my first introduction into Unreal 4 as a game engine. And
you haven't played anything that's Unreal 4? I have an Unreal 4 game in mind.
No, I don't. I don't have any.
It's probably something they're not proud of being. Unreal 4.
I don't think unless there's a game I'm not thinking of. But I think that was the first one I played that was Unreal 4, and I'd heard so many good things about how beautiful that engine can be, and I've seen rendered pictures of what it looks like.
It can be beautiful.
It looks beautiful. So I went into this game thinking, okay, I want to see what this engine can do. I want to see how pretty this game could be, and I didn't get that. This game did not look great. Like the trees looked awful. Some of the clipping was really, really weird. Like it honestly. It felt like something that somebody made for a school project. Like, the gameplay was top notch. The ending kind of sucked. I won't say anything about the ending, but the ending was kind of sucked. But the gameplay was solid, but it didn't look good. Like, I was really disappointed in that engine.
That game, to me, seems like it thinks it's more important than it is.
Oh, absolutely. Like, at the beginning, you're...
Like, even just the title, Breath of Light.
Yeah, because you're following this character. Like, you're not the character, that you find that out, is you're just following him. And he talks about how he's the god of his world and everything like that. And it starts off... the whole game is philosophical, but at the beginning it's joking philosophical. And by the end it, like, tries to be deeper than it really is.
Right.
And it's like, no. Like, it was funny when he was, like, being sarcastic and snarky, but now it's just... Now he's preaching and I hate it.
Right.
But I was really disappointed in that engine. I was expecting more. The second one, which I feel like I'm not alone in this one.
Is it one I can guess?
Probably. You want to take a guess? I can give you the month.
All right.
February.
Oh no, then not what I think it is.
No?
Never mind.
All right. So Evolve.
Oh,
I feel like I'm not alone in that. I
didn't play Evolve enough to really sort of have an opinion on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun game, but
it's a fun concept, and it's something I'm worried about in one of the games I'm looking forward to in 2016.
Oh, I know what that game is.
Yeah.
But like the gameplay is fun, but it's not like it feels like it's missing something. Like it's not as in depth as I'd like it to be. At launch, the game was really, really boring. It was pretty repetitive. Like you had I think it was 2 or 3 monsters on launch.
Yeah, I think so.
And
then you only had those 4 heroes.
You had the 4 heroes, and their DLC plan for that game was awful. Like you had to buy the heroes, buy the monsters, and they were like $7 each or whatever it was.
And then they put out like 45 million like skin packs.
Yeah, like it this whole game was a train wreck.
Had Evolve maybe gotten into bed with some like movie monsters, you could have maybe sold that game a little bit better. Like maybe get like some sort of like predator or alien thing going on.
Yeah, I don't see why that couldn't be like a
like imagine like a Predator game like that.
A Predator game. I mean, even if you want to stick with the Evolve format, you could do a non-copyright infringing Godzilla.
Yeah, sort of thing, or like a big monkey, like a King Kong.
Like a King Kong. Like, yeah, they have a lot of options with this game, and moving forward, I hope they take those options. But launch,
I'm curious to see if there is going to be an Evolve 2, and number 2, what that game is like.
Yes, but I mean, I was pretty disappointed in that game at launch. It was fun for the time I played it, but I very, very quickly got bored of it.
Yeah,
I wish that game had drawn me more. But that's all I had. I really didn't have any games that truly disappointed me this year.
So I have a couple that disappoint me. I'm going to start off with one that seems kind of obvious from early in the year. I forgot it even came out this year, but when I looked up games, it was there. Battlefield Hardline. Really,
I was thinking about putting that on my list, but it's
really disappointed me because I'm a huge Battlefield fan. It's I pretty much kind of like all the first person shooters really that are on the market that you can get, but Battlefield's definitely like my number 2. Like obviously Call of Duty is number 1 because it's the best one to me, at least quality wise. But Battlefield's always good, and I thought that this concept of the cops and robbers thing was a really good way to take it.
Yeah,
and the campaign wasn't bad.
I thought the campaign was pretty good.
Yeah, it was action cop movie cliches, but it was all right. The multiplayers are the problem with it because they literally just basically reskinned Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
But set it in this modern city. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense because you have like these military grade weapons.
Yeah.
Using them as like just regular criminals.
Yeah, I was gonna put it on the list, but I'm like, I don't know enough about the Battlefield franchise because I haven't played any Battlefield prior to this one.
Really, you never played like 4,
nope.
Even 3?
I've never been into the Battlefield franchise. It was never my thing.
I started at 3.
So I'm like, maybe I don't know. Maybe this is what a Battlefield. I wish I could speak.
Yes, Battle Gear with
Battle Gear.
That's like the most generic title of a video game ever.
That is Nintendo's next Power Glove. It's Battle Gear. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to be expecting from the game? So like, I didn't know enough to appropriately judge it. But from what I knew and from what I played, I thought it was good enough not to be on the disappointing list.
I mean, here's the thing. Like for you. I get why it's maybe not on your disappointing list. For someone who's played Battlefield, literally played Battlefield 4, like not that far before this, it's literally just a reskin of that. So
yeah,
that's where my
I heard that complaint about Star Wars as well. That it played very similar to a Battlefield game.
It does play similar, but it's different enough.
And it doesn't feel like a skin.
It doesn't feel like a reskin. Like a lot of like the leveling up and the way you get like weapons and stuff in that game is the same sort of thing.
Yeah, it was very. I compared that to Call of Duty because that's what I have experience in. I'm like, okay, that I understand the system.
Yes, yeah, it's like that. The other game I played this year, and I played through the entire thing, and I don't know why. Hatred. Hatred is a game that's trying way too hard to be controversial, and doesn't have anything to back it up with. Like, if the game was controversial but it had good gameplay,
yeah,
you could be like, all right, it has its merit, because at least it plays fine. It's a really poorly thought out concept of a game.
Yes. Because
of just the nature of what it is. But, like you could even, even if it was just kind of like a Hotline Miami type thing. Like, Hotline Miami and Hatred aren't really that far off gameplay-wise.
No.
They're top-down shooters, and you murder people. But Hatred, like, the aesthetic and stuff and the art on it is pretty good. It's alright.
Yeah, the game doesn't look bad.
It's Unreal 4, and it could look better in Unreal 4. Some of the blood effects are a little iffy.
Wonky.
Like, when you shoot... It's weird. Like, when you do an execution move and shoot a woman in the face, like, the blood's on the front of her face. Which, that just doesn't make any sense.
Reminds me of Halo 1, where you would just get, like, predetermined, like, blood splatter.
Yeah, like, it would make more sense if, like, the blood came out the back of her head from the way you shoot her.
Yeah. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, now that you made that comparison, Hotline Miami, like, the series, 1 or 2,
yeah,
and Hatred are not all that different. The only difference between them
is like, the art style.
Like, Hotline Miami 1 is incredibly graphic. Like,
yeah.
You do some pretty messed up stuff in that game.
Even if you just... Oh, yeah, you, like, gouge somebody's eyes out in that game.
Yeah, like, that's, like... Which makes me wonder, is, like... Just because the art style is different, like...
I think it's context, really.
Yeah, I guess...
Because that's the same thing I'm like, with this, like... Like, I was like, what is so different about this game compared to, like, GTA or Postal?
Yeah.
You know, like, the old daddies of controversy. What's the difference between this and those games? And I really think it's context. Like, even this game, it has an AO rating, which I'm sure they were happy about, because it put them in the news, at least.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, it's not that much more violent than GTA or Postal or Hotline Miami, but it's the context of I'm just going around murdering people.
Yeah, like there was no reason to be doing what you're doing.
Yeah, he's literally just he calls it himself in the worst voice act. Like, I know I said, like, you know, Just Cause 3 has really bad voice. This voice acting in this dialogue is awful. He's like, I'm on my genocide crusade, and I'm like, this is like a 13-year-old who listens to metal and goes to Hot Topic wrote this. Like, he's like, I'm so edgy. I'm gonna make a video game about a guy who just murders people.
Yeah. I mean, think of if you want to think back a little farther, Modern Warfare 2. It had the no Russian mission.
So even that, like, it's bad, but in the context of the story, it makes sense why it happens.
That's why I'm saying, like, that's a horrible thing. Like, you're shooting up an airport.
Yes.
But because it has that context, people think of it less.
Yeah.
Which...
And the thing is that Modern Warfare, the whole game isn't that.
Yeah.
The entire game is not just let's shoot up multiple airports or let's just shoot up random neighborhoods. Yeah. No, it's we're military guys who are taking on these bad guys who shot up this airport, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is with Hatred is just like it's literally like it's a one-trick game.
Yep.
Every level is kill X amount of people, like just random civilians. You do that, then it's like kill X number of cops, move to the next area.
Yeah.
With little side objectives like disrupt the party or blow up the supermarket, shit like that.
Yeah. So, Hatred, the AO rating, for those of you who aren't aware, it means adults only.
Yeah.
And it means you cannot sell that game
to anyone under... I don't know if it's under 17 or 18.
It's I believe it's 18, and you also can't sell it in like game stores.
Yeah.
Because it's actually...
That's the reason why that game will probably never come to consoles either, because...
Yeah. It's actually on the same... Legally, it's on the same level as porn.
Yeah.
Which I find really odd.
It's only the third game in history to get it just for violence.
What was the other two?
Thrill Kill, which was a PS1 fighting game that was originally going to come out, but then once it got the AO, it got canceled. Yeah, because... Like, it was literally all finished and done. You can get the ROM of it online.
Yeah, because as a development standpoint, because we're in game development, if you get an AO rating, your game's dead.
Your game's pretty much
dead. You can't sell it to anybody.
Unless you sell it on like a PC marketplace. And
like
Hatred
did.
You can get it to the specialty market of sadists.
Yeah.
But Thrill Kill was kind of like a Mortal Kombat sort of ripoff, but it had like really grotesque characters. Like one of them, I think, was a guy with a fetus in his chest.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it was stupid stuff like that. And then the other one... But it got censored and then rated was Manhunt 2. Only got that for violence.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. They cut out some of the animations of the
shootings.
Not
the shootings, but the
like executions and stuff.
Yeah.
They eventually released an unrated cut for a PC version.
Yeah.
But the version that most people played was the cut down version.
Was the M.
My problem really a lot with Hatred, where it comes with, is number one, it's not a good game. Its story is stupid. It ends with you nuking New York City. It's literally like the dumbest thing possible. And I hate what it does for the industry. It makes us look like the monsters that Fox News portrays us to be.
Yeah, like if you wanted to end up on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC or whatever news program you pick, this is the game to do it with, and that's not the publicity we need.
No, it's not. It's not the thing you need. I talked about Hatred more than I wanted to.
Yeah.
My final one, it's a quick one, is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Big fan of the Pro Skater games. This one's crap.
I would have put it on the list for disappointing games, but I didn't play it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
and also, I don't think I played any other Tony Hawk games. So
I borrowed it from my friend, and he seemed like he couldn't get rid of it fast enough.
Oh, you want the game ticket?
Yeah, I was like, can I borrow it just to play it for a little bit, because I kind of want to talk about it on my podcast. I mean, we never really get to formally talk about it on the podcast, but he was like, yeah, sure, borrow it.
I don't ever want to see the game. Just get it away from
me. Handed it to me like so quick. I was like, all right, whatever. So it's bad.
Yeah,
it's exactly the problems you hear everyone say about it.
And it's bad for no reason. Like
it's 2015. Why can't we make we can make these games in the 90s. Why can't we make them now?
Yeah, like the problems they have with that game should not have existed. Like the physics ragdoll bugs, where you would just start flying through the air because you clipped weird.
The one thing I like is, I guess their DLC plan has been shaken up for this game, so now they're just giving out people for free. So when I played it, I got to play as Tyler the Creator and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was kind of fun.
Huh. Okay.
That was kind of fun. I liked Tyler the Creator skateboard because it said Golf Wang on it. If anyone knows Tyler the Creator, that's like his brand or whatever. But those are my disappointing games.
That was a hard list for me.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like... I was like, oh, there's probably so many games. I was like, I didn't really play that many bad games this year.
Yeah, but I had to kind of dig deep to find the ones that I did. I'm like, well, Evolve was bad, but was I really disappointed in it? And I was like, I don't know.
I remember just taking that weekend and playing Hatred and just being like, this is probably the worst experience of my life.
Yeah.
But I kept going through because I was like, I just want to see where this game goes.
Yeah, when you said it ended with you nuking New York.
Yeah.
Again, I made the comparison to Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, that game also ends with a with a nuke. So I'm like, okay, confirmed. Hatred's a reskin of Hotline Miami.
It's so weird. Like he finds out of like a nuclear facility in New Jersey, goes there and it blows up like New Jersey and New York City.
Yeah, of course, New Jersey's the one to kill us all.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks,
that
Jersey.
Trash heap of America.
If you live in New Jersey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. To all of our New Jersey listeners, I'm sorry. So do you have any games you're looking forward to in 2016? Did you get any of those? Or?
See, I thought about it, and I'm like, so I looked at some projected release dates, and like, what can we expect in 2016? And I realized something very quickly. One, we know very little about 2016.
Right.
And two, it seems to be shaping up to be the year of VR.
Right.
And I have no idea what to expect.
So you're on a wait-and-see approach?
Yeah, like, I am super excited. Like, I can't... VR cannot hit the market fast enough for me. But, like, I don't know what to expect. Like,
right.
Like, everybody says, oh, yeah, aren't you excited for, like, No Man's Sky? I'm like, no. I'm not excited for No Man's Sky anymore. I don't want it. Get it away from me. I don't even want to hear it. I'm sure it's on your list. So, like, games like No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, what's the other big one?
Eve Valkyrie.
Yeah, Eve.
It's the same kind of thing.
Eve Valkyrie, though that is in VR, so that maybe. And it also hasn't been hyped up to the point where I'm sick of hearing about it, like No Man's Sky.
It's been hyped up in the VR community.
Yeah. So yeah, like I don't.
I'm waiting for the first VR Star Wars game. That's gonna be exciting.
I mean, they could do some. Actually, there was a. I forgot to give you the video, but there's a link of someone doing a.
I think I saw that the demo for. I think I sent that to you.
No,
when you sent me that bow and arrow demo thing, I looked through those people's show. It was a VR.
Oh, this one I just saw yesterday.
Making these like 1-to-1 controller sort of things that he showed me. That they had a bow and arrow demo and they have a lightsaber demo.
Yeah,
I remember sending that to you, but
there was one I just saw yesterday where the dude had 2 lightsabers, and he was like deflecting like bolts and stuff, and he did like a dual stab attack. It seemed like the motion control seemed to fit really, really well. So that series is going to adapt very well.
I feel like that could work really well on PlayStation VR because you choose the move wands.
Yeah, you can use them. Yeah. I think
you could literally use the move wands for anything. Really, you could use it for the lightsaber. You could also use it for a blaster.
Yeah, I feel like
the trigger on it.
I think every VR heads-up display has a
motion thing.
Has a motion thing part.
Does the Vive?
Yeah, the Vive has its lighthouse system for room sensing, and it couples with the little weird stick things.
Yeah, and I know that
the Oculus has those.
The Oculus has theirs. But other than VR, you're not looking forward to really anything?
Not really. I just I don't know what to expect.
One I forgot to put on the list, but I just thought of right now because they've said 2016. So, but I don't know. Is Horizon Zero Dawn? I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah, I mean that game does seem pretty cool. So I'm curious if they do make one the 2016 deadline, and two, what that's going to feel like.
Another one I forgot to put on here because it says 2016, but I don't know. Is Ghost Recon Wildland?
I'm not.
You ever played the Ghost Recon games?
Yeah, I've played a few of them, but I'm not terribly...
I like that sort of tactical military thing that the Ghost Recon game does, and this one's like totally different. It's weird. It's like it's an open world one where you take down like drug lords.
Cool.
So it's a cool concept and a way to take it, and it looks like it's doing that concept better than like Hardline does.
Yeah. Where
it takes the military and makes it sort of a criminal thing, but like you're like in Mexico or like Venezuela or South America, something like that, and you're taking down drug lords. So cool. It's a cool concept, a cool way to take that. I have a list here that I can go through.
Shoot off, go for it.
Let's see if maybe you have some.
Roll through that list.
Uncharted 4: Thief's End.
Not terribly excited for that game.
Did you play any of the other Uncharted?
Yep, I have all 3.
And you didn't like them?
They were fine, but I'm not terribly excited for the 4th one. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna get it on launch.
Right.
I'll get it when it's on a sale for like half off or whatever. But it's not a game I'd say I can't wait to come out.
I really like the story of those games.
Oh yeah, I think it's
that game is great at building characters that I care about.
I always compare it to it's like the Tomb Raider but with story. Is the way I like to say it.
Yeah.
Because like Tomb Raider story is okay.
Well, the new one I've heard is very good.
The new one I heard was great. The only thing that really killed it was it released on the same day as Fallout 4.
And it only came out on Xbox.
Yeah. Hey, marketing people, don't release on the same day as the biggest game of the year.
Well, see, here's the thing with that. I heard a podcast thing where they were people that I listen to, Kind of Funny Games. They were talking to the marketing people at Microsoft. They were having like an interview with one of them, and they were talking about Tomb Raider because it was before Tomb Raider came out. And he goes, says something. He's like, "You guys couldn't move the date to anything else to not conflict with Fallout 4." And he goes, "Well, no, because if we come out the week before, we hit Call of Duty, and if we come out the week after, we hit Star Wars." So,
yeah, but I would have hit Star Wars. Like,
no.
Of those 3 games.
I mean, of those 3 games, like, probably the one to hit is Star Wars, but still, Star Wars would have killed Tomb Raider.
I don't think
Tomb Raider maybe would have got a couple more sales out of it, but even then, too, you still have the carryover from Fallout 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like of the 3 games there...
I would even just delay it like a month to December.
I wouldn't delay it a month. People would not be happy about that.
I'd just move it to December. Like, it came out like dead center in November. It was in the middle, so just back a couple weeks. Even if it came out on the same day as Just Cause 3. Like, December 1st.
Yeah.
Just Cause 3 is a totally different audience.
I don't know. I feel like... Especially...
The thing is like, with Tomb Raider and Fallout, it kind of hits the same sort of audience.
I feel like with... now in hindsight, with Star Wars not doing well...
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been the one to pick.
Well, I mean, I think it did well on launch. It's just now everyone's complaint is there's nothing to this game.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people would have been like, okay, whatever, I don't want this game.
Yeah.
Send it back, give it back, whatever. And hey, look, Tomb Raider's out.
Yeah.
Go get that. So, I think it's a poor marketing decision on their point.
But I'm really excited just about the conversations in Uncharted 4. Because I really like the parts where the characters talk more than the action parts. I don't know why. This is the same problem I had with the end of The Last of Us, where it just turns into this video game, let's kill everybody sort of thing. And I hate when games do that have really good stories there. But getting through the rest of these kind of quick. Tom Clancy's The Division. That, we've seen that game forever now.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
I'd honestly forgotten about that. But at this point, I'm like, is it ever coming out?
They say March of next year, I think.
Hopefully.
Or, I don't know, it might have moved. But I'm excited about The Division. It seems like it's going to be a good co-op game.
Yeah.
So.
Which maybe that's part of the reason I'm not so excited for it, just because I generally don't play games co-op.
Yeah,
I'm a very big solo player.
Yeah. I like to play some games solo, but I always like to look for good co-op games. Like, everything is competitive multiplayer. I like a good co-op game.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping...
Who doesn't like a good couch co-op?
I'm hoping for The Division to be good, and I'm hoping for Ghost Recon to be good for those reasons. Hitman. I really like the Hitman games. I'm excited to play a new one. Their pricing model for this seems interesting.
Oh, yeah, the sort of like trial-ish version.
Yeah, where
upgrade to the free or upgrade to the full. Yeah,
where you can pay like $35 and get like...
The base.
Or you could spend $60 and then you just get everything in the future.
Yeah.
So, that seems interesting. Firewatch is a game I'm very excited about. Have you heard of Firewatch? It's like a first-person sort of exploration game where you're a park ranger and your only other person is another park ranger at another part of the park. It's like one of those like Yosemite or something like that. And then just kind of strange stuff starts happening around you. It seems very cool. The art style is very...
Is that the one where he has the radio and
he's talking...
Yeah, I have heard of that. I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah, it's coming out, I think, in like February.
Cool.
It seems like a very interesting game. I'm very excited to see what that game's about. No Man's Sky. We've talked about it enough on this podcast.
Everybody's talked about it enough.
I'm excited to see if they can actually follow through on their promise of this.
I feel like whether we want it to or not, this game is setting a pathway to a new kind of game development. Like, I feel like generated worlds, or algorithm-generated worlds, or algorithm-based, I guess, is going to be the new form of world creation. Like, I feel like the GTAs and the Witchers, it's not going away, but we're gonna see a lot less of those and a lot more of the No Man's Sky style.
If there was an already established world, I would say I would love to see a Star Wars game made this way. The problem is that there's those established planets of like Tatooine, Hoth, Coruscant, stuff like that. Unless you just build those planets and then procedurally generate everything else out there.
Yeah, but I mean, there would need to be a reason for you to go to those unnamed planets.
Yeah,
and then you run into the problem where, like, I mean, are those planets canon? Or
that's the thing. I mainly just really want like a space exploration Star Wars game. that I think would be very cool.
I mean, the closest you're going to get is Eve Valkyrie, because that's a space exploration game. It's just not Star Wars.
Even No Man's Sky is...
Yeah, have you played Eve Online?
No, but I've heard about it. It's a game that very much interests me. It feels very tough to get into.
Oh my, yes.
There's it has its own economy.
Yeah, I played it because when I played World of Warcraft, something really big to me was the auction house and the whole economy of the server, and that was really interesting to me. And I heard EVE Online has a much more expansive version of
They literally have an economist on staff who figures out their economy.
Yeah, you need to take a semester-long course to understand that game.
They have semester-long courses for EVE Online.
I believe it.
At some colleges.
I believe it. It's I feel like when I only played the free trial, so it's a week or two or whatever it was. But in that week, the only thing I did was play EVE Online or doing research on EVE Online. I was reading spreadsheets, I was reading data analysis,
The crazy thing about that game is that you can insert money to get their sort of in-game currency that then can be stolen from you.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like a Wild West out there.
The concept was really, really cool. And honestly, if I
had the time to sink into it, maybe
if I had the time and if I wasn't already paying for another subscription service, I would.
What are you paying for?
I'm paying for WoW.
You still play WoW?
Yeah. I occasionally here and there, and with the new expansion coming out, I want to kind of catch up.
I kind of get in when there's an expansion, and then after I've done everything I want to do with that, I kind of get out.
Yeah, it's like most people. And I'm paying for a Crunchyroll streaming service. Not for me, for my brother. It was a birthday gift.
Yeah.
He's big into anime, so I figured I'd get him a.
Right.
But yeah, if I wasn't already paying for another subscription service, and if I had the time, right now I don't have anywhere near enough time to sink into that game. I need to buy all the textbooks, and I need to start doing some research.
Yeah. But yeah, No Man's Sky. Doom. I'm very excited about. Cause
I forgot about Doom.
It's a return to form.
I never played the beta. I forgot about that. I remember. Because we talked about that in an episode of the podcast. We did. And I'm I'm going to go home, I'm going to find that piece of paper, I'm going to make sure it works, and I'm going to set everything up. I didn't do any of that.
Yeah. I'm mainly excited with the single player to this. I care less about the multiplayer to Doom. I'll give it a shot, but...
I'm curious if... Doom doesn't feel like it fit very well in multiplayer, so I'm wondering...
They've had multiplayer in past Dooms.
Yeah, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, it never was.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're going to continue with the very Doom feel of how it plays for the multiplayer, or if they're going to switch styles. Maybe the story will be very Doom-esque, but the multiplayer will feel more like Quake.
Possibly.
Because I feel like that'd probably be an easier way to go, or at least a more successful way to go.
Yeah. It's probably had a new Quake in a long time.
Yeah.
Or even a new Unreal Tournament. I think there is a new one.
Yeah, there's on Unreal 4, because as I was doing our... college project in Unreal 4, all I kept getting was notifications for the new Unreal Tournament. Constantly.
Moving on past Doom, though. I'm very excited about it. Very excited to kill cyber demons.
Who isn't?
Exactly. Moving on to my video game, Friday the 13th.
The Jacob Griffin exclusive.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, let's say. Very cautiously optimistic. We'll see how you do, Gun Media.
Yeah.
By the way, be ready to hear from my lawyers.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Imagine.
Yeah, hiring a content property lawyer.
Yeah. What are your opinions on this?
On the Friday the 13th game?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know you don't care because you as much because you don't have any affection to the character.
It's not it's not my thing. But I'm interested in very similar to the way that I'm interested in Hitman.
Yeah.
Where, the business model for Hitman is interesting, and I want to see what that does to the market. Not so much interested in the game itself, but more interested in the market. For Friday the 13th, it's much the same thing, where I'm more curious to see if this AAA quality, publisher-free style will get picked up more. And also the that sort of gameplay that they have where it's was it 1v7?
1v7, yeah.
I want to see if that gets picked up more. The game, I'm interested in because obviously we had a very, very similar idea that we wanted to move forward with, but we obviously don't have the resources nor the time to do so.
Right.
So
at this point in our knowledge of making video games, we don't have the time or the
most expensive thing I've made is a shoot 'em up, which I'm currently making right now.
Yeah.
But I'm glad somebody else picked it up, and I'm honestly just curious to see what they do with it. If their vision, if their idea is anything similar to what we had in mind.
I mean, looking at everything that was in the Kickstarter thing of what they want to do with it,
it seems very
close to it. It sucks they couldn't hit some of their goals they wanted to, with like their stretch goals. I'm very curious to see, how this. I'm curious to see how this game's going to be priced out. Because as of now, it seems kind of light.
I feel like it'll probably be a $40 title.
40 or 30, I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be a downloadable title that will be...
Yeah, definitely.
One of the higher-end downloadable titles. Like, like a $25, $30 range.
Possibly. I don't... How many of their goals did they hit? Because I know they...
I think they hit only like 3 other ones.
Yeah, so...
Because they got to like 850, I think.
Yeah,
when everything was said and done.
So they're not going to be able to do everything they wanted.
So I could see this if it comes out for that price, I could see it doing really well, and then them getting to do the stuff they wanted to do, like having like the Jason Takes Manhattan DLC, Jason X DLC thing they wanted to do with extra kills and stuff. I could see it taking off.
Yeah, but that is a problem with Kickstarter, where if you don't meet the there's a new service like that. What's the name of it?
Fig.
Fig.
Because Psychonauts 2 is on Fig.
Yes, I wanted to bring this up on the podcast earlier, but I didn't. But that is really interesting. And
yeah, because it's like you invest in it.
Yeah, you become an investor.
And I think it's after like a certain amount of money. Like I think it might be like $100, something like that. You make money back.
Yeah, you make returns. So like for anyone who's unfamiliar with the whole Kickstarting process, for Kickstarter you donate money. And then if they have rewards set up for donations or whatever, you can receive that, those physical gifts. Like a t-shirt or a mug or whatever they're doing.
I almost put $25 into that game.
Did you?
Into Friday the 13th. I was very much contemplating.
Hey, listen, we came up with the idea already, okay? How much more do you want from us?
No, like, I was thinking, because, like, for one, it's a game I wanted to make, so I wanted to see it get made.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the $25 one was where you get the game and the soundtrack, I think.
Yeah, so with Kickstarter, at very minimum, you're getting the game, usually.
Yeah, usually.
And then on top of that, you'll get things like coffee mugs, t-shirts, memorabilia, things like that. Whereas Fig, when you invest, you are a literal investor in the game.
It's a certain amount of money, though. Like, you can't put $1 in and get returns on it. Like, I want to say it's like 100, 150. If you put that much in, then you literally get a return on investment with that.
Yeah, but, like, if the game is a huge hit, like, you get rewarded for the investment that you made.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that's a very interesting way to take that, and maybe it's not a game per se, but I'm very excited for Fig to see what that does for the gaming community.
Yeah.
And they're very, very picky about what goes on Fig, because they regulate who can go on there.
Yeah, so you can't just get like one of those games where it's like we used all the Unity assets you can buy, and you just want to do that. Mafia 3, that game I'm excited about. It's sort of a new kind of open world game. So, I mean, I like Mafia 1 and 2 a lot. So we're gonna see what this. Set in the 60s, which is weird because it seems like an era games don't really go to a lot. It's like right after the Vietnam War, so it's set in New Orleans.
Never played the Mafia series, so I don't know much about it.
Well, Mafia used to kind of be like in the 40s, it's literally like Mafia, like the kind of thing you'd expect from Mafia. This one it's set after Vietnam. You play as, I forget what his name is, but it's in New Orleans, and you used to be a part of the Black Mob before you went into. Because he's a black guy. I didn't want to just come out and say he's a black guy.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't want it to seem like that. But he was part of the black mob before he went to the war, and now he's come back, and now he's starting to fight the Italian mob and stuff and try to take over. So it seems like a cool open world game.
Does it have those really bad accents? Because if it doesn't, I don't.
It probably does. I don't know. I saw a gameplay video that people were talking over, so you couldn't really hear anything in the game. Besides some faint painted black in the background on the radio. My final game I have in here is Mass Effect Andromeda.
I don't know.
I think it's cool because, like... Now, I like the Mass Effect series, but I was never the biggest fan of Mass Effect. You know, I've never like greatest game series of all time. You know, like it's how some people are.
Yeah,
but,
well, everybody has that series for them.
I feel like this one is going to be cool, and I feel like it's going to be the Force Awakens of this. It's going back to last week's episode, where I think it's going to bring in new fans because it doesn't have any of the baggage of the backstory of anything really. Like, I'm sure eventually we'll probably meet up with some of those characters from the last one, and something will happen with that, right?
Yeah, probably.
But I think it's going to be a new cast of characters set in the Andromeda Galaxy. It's going to be cool.
I just realized I didn't put Halo 5 in my honorable mentions. When you were talking about like the series component, and I said, yeah, I didn't put Halo 5 in my honorable mentions. I should have done that. Shame on me.
Well, Brad.
What?
We're at about an hour and 10 minutes.
Are we?
Yeah.
Jesus.
We talked about each game that we were
Oh my god, I was expecting this to be like a half hour.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so do you want to roll with the spiel?
I think I want you to roll with the spiel.
Alright. So,
oh, wait, look, the ball's coming down. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at completewithdlc@gmail.com. Drop us a line. If you want us to read the email on the show, make sure you specify that somewhere in the subject line or in the body of the email. If you want one of us specifically to read the email, make sure you specify that as well. Jacob, it's making it really hard to do this spiel when you're making these...
When I'm miming.
Yeah, you're miming what I'm saying. But, yeah, if you want to get in touch with us, that's probably the best way to do it, is you can do it on Gmail at completewithdlc. We are on the social medias. We're only on one social media, really. We're on Twitter. At completewithdlc@gmail.com. We're also on Twitch and SoundCloud.
We're at completewithdlc@gmail.com?
Yes.
You said we're at completewithdlc@gmail.com on Twitter.
Oh, oops.
We're at completewithdlc on Gmail.
Oh, no, you did it.
We're at completewithdlc on Twitter and Twitch.
It's ruined. It's ruined. We're also on SoundCloud and YouTube. We are periodically updating YouTube to have all the old episodes, but right now SoundCloud and iTunes and Stitcher are our main priorities.
Yeah, I was going to do something cool. I was going to say, hey, baby, guess who's back on iTunes and Stitcher?
Well, they would have already known that if you listened to last week's episode, Jacob. But
I just like to make sure.
But yeah, we are... The RSS feed, as far as we know, is all fixed and should be taken care of. If you're on iTunes and not getting new episodes, unsubscribe to the podcast and then resubscribe. Or don't. I'm a podcaster, not a cop.
Yeah.
Soon we will be on Google Play.
I submitted us for that.
Okay, I didn't want to say you did without knowing for sure. But...
I did. Waiting for an email back.
Yeah, so
although maybe it will be like iTunes and just not email me back.
Yeah, so we're waiting on approval for Google Play. So soon we will be wherever you find your podcasts.
Yes. By the way, when you called me out earlier for saying that they would know if we listened to last week's show, it's been a whole week since we recorded that, Brad. I can't remember.
Yeah, fair point. So, I had the week before,
yes.
You had called out the audience asking for favorite pieces of Christmas music and for favorite movies for Christmas, right? Well, now I have a question.
Yeah.
So, I want you guys to send in your top 5 lists for 2015. Send in your honorable mentions. Send in your lists. I want to see what you're
Let's see if you guys ignore this call to arms like the last one.
So, if you have a problem with either of our lists, which I'm sure somebody has a problem with mine.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem with yours.
Yeah. I figured as much. But, yeah, drop us a line on Gmail. I'd like to hear what you have to say. But
yeah, and if you want to fight, believe me, you can meet me downtown. I'll be out there with the fisticuffs.
A rousing game of fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Drop us a line on Gmail. Leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. It really helps us out. We love the feedback. Jacob, if they want to get in touch with you, where can they do that?
They can go on to any sort of social media out there and just type in It's Jay Griff. ITSJayGriff. I think I'm wearing this shirt I'm wearing right now in the profile picture.
Yes, you are.
So, that's exciting.
Yes.
Follow me on any kind of social media you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Jacob is indifferent.
Brad.
It's like the neutral guy from Futurama.
Yeah, well, you can DM me questions if you really want to for the show. I don't mind. Brad, where can they find you?
If you want to get in touch with me, you can do that on Twitter at Kalgne, Kalgne. I am also on Twitch, but much similar to last week, I'm still setting up the streaming quality. I had some issues with that, so we'll see.
We're 1 week removed
from
your streaming issues.
Yes, hopefully. But if you have any questions for me, you can DM me on Twitter, or just specify the questions for me in the email for the show, because I will most likely be thumbing through those. But those are going to be the best ways to get in touch with me. Maybe we should make... I just thought about this. Maybe we should make like a Facebook for the show, because we don't have one of those.
Yeah, maybe we should.
I'll have to get on that.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd put on there.
I don't know. I don't have a Facebook. I've never used Facebook. You're the social media front of the show, so...
It's Facebook. Nobody uses Facebook anymore. Alright, well... That's the New Year's special.
This episode went on way longer than I expected.
Yeah, it went on way longer than I was expecting it to, but we talked about every game. That's the thing. That's why it kind of went on so long.
As of next week, or the week after when we come back, it will be back to normal episodes.
Sound quality will be good.
News as usual.
What are we playing?
Yes. Have all the sound clips.
What's the other segment?
Well, that sucked.
Or
weekly issue if something
America's
happens.
Favorite game show.
Yeah. It is the best game show somewhere.
Somewhere in the world.
Transylvania.
Probably Romania. It's the best game show.
Yes, best game show in Romania.
It's going to be a syndicated television version of it somewhere, and we're going to make bank off that one day. Okay. This has been the Complete with DLC New Year's Rocket Eve. I'm Jacob Griffin.
I'm Brad Knight.
And have a great new year.